Our site is going extremely well. We have a lot of moving parts nailed, such as the application shell, our theme, our color palette, and a basic drawer system working. It is time to add the left menu so we can browse the different pages. Our pages, as seen in the first module, are the home page, the profile page, the staff page, and lastly, a logout link. To implement the menu, I'll, of course, create an element to help me with this. Let us create a nice, reusable list element that we can use throughout our application. I'll create a folder named pdlist and an element pdlistitem.html. Now, in the pdlistitem element, let me add the DOM module element to declare the HTML part and the script where I'll add this element to Polymer and instantiate it. We'll add three properties: the position, icon, and URL property. These will take the value of the attribute of the element once declared. That is why I have the reflect_to attribute set to true in the property declaration. Now, once the element is instantiated, I want to make some checks, like to fine-tune the properties if they are null or not set properly. In Polymer, there are a number of events through an element's lifecycle that can help us with this. If we visit polymerproject.org, click on Guides and Resources, Registration and Lifecycle, Lifecycle Callbacks, you can find the events triggered during an element's lifecycle. Polymer first runs the created event once the element is added in its elements list. Then, the local DOM is initialized. After that, we have the ready event. The factory IMPL callback is just another callback method run only when an element is initialized through JavaScript, and not through HTML and the DOM module element that we have been using mostly in our application. Lastly, the attached callback is called. Going back to our element, we'll add the ready callback, which will run after the local DOM is rendered, and normalize some of our attributes if they are null or empty. To wrap up this element, we'll add some styles and some HTML code in the template tag. This HTML will bind the position property with the divs class. Then, it will bind the href attribute of our pdlists items link with the URL property. It will replace the content element with the content of our element. And lastly, it will bind the icon attribute for the iron icon element with the icon property of the pdlist item element. I'll open the pd_dashboard.html element now and include the pdlist item element we created together. After that, I'll implement our method by adding 4 menu items. We'll refresh our main page to preview our results. Looking good! We can see our menu items there, and once we click on them, we can notice our routes changing. In the next video, we'll implement routing so we can load other pages as well.